Hey everyone, this is Noel with kind of training videos. In this video, we're gonna go through how to configure a VPN server and how to test it out in a training lab environment. Now, in the previous video, we configured routing. We were successfully able to configure router between the two networks. One was basically 10 network, the other one so 10 network and 192 network. We set up the router here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to work with a VPN server using Server 2012. Now, first of all, let's understand a bit of the basics of VPN. So, first of all, VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. So, Virtual Private Network. Basically, one line to understand about VPN is it is a secure connection. It's an encrypted secure connection. It provides. So I'm gonna say it provides encrypted, secured connection between private and public network. Public network. So it provides a secure connection between private and public network. Now, why would we need a VPN in private and public networks? So this is my private network. Within a private network, mostly we don't need VPN or encrypted connections. Why? Because we are all in a private network. Now, being in a private network, we do have firewalls that connect to the outside network. So there is a firewall here, and this firewall we have another firewall, and this area is known as DMZ. And right after on this side we have internet. Most of the harmful stuff is sitting here on the internet, and so inside you don't need encryption because this is all protected inside. But whenever we need to connect from home, or our employees need to connect from home, let's say this guy, he needs sitting at home and need to connect to your network. So basically wherever this guy is sitting, maybe at home or maybe at a coffee shop, maybe at a coffee shop, user must have to go through internet, and from internet will connect to your inside of a network. Now, as long as there are firewalls, your inside network is protected, but since this user is coming from outside, this is open to many threats over the internet. So basically, what VPN does, VPN provides a secure tunnel between the user and your network. So it provides the secure tunnel right from here. And so this tunnel is known as VPN connection. So VPN connection, it makes a tunnel, and this all communication will be encrypted from within the internet. So there are no harms done. This is all encrypted most of the time with either nowadays not 64-bit encryption but 128-bit encryption, and it's very strong encryption. People won't be able to penetrate in this. So this is what VPN is. So again, one more time, VPN is used to connect from outside of your network, which is a public network, going over the internet to connect to your company. And what VPN does, VPN provides a secure tunnel so that no hackers or hacking application won't be able to penetrate in this connection and get into your network. This is what VPN is. Now, having said that, VPN is of three types basically. So VPN is of three types. There is something called PPTP, point-to-point tunneling protocol. There is second one called L2TP, which is layer 2 tunneling protocol. There is third one, SSTP, which is secure socket tunneling protocol. Now this is the oldest type of VPN. It is kind of slower. It is less secure, whereas L2TP is newer, not the newest. It is newer, and it is more secure actually. It provides more security than PPTP. Nobody's using nowadays PPTP. Everybody's using L2TP. But L2TP, a type of VPN, if they need certificate-based encryption, so they can use SSTP, which is Secure Socket Tunneling Protocol. This is L2TP Layer 2 tunneling protocol. So SSTP provides a certificate-based encryption, so meaning more. It is the most. It is the it provides more security more than L2TP. Now, most of the time, these VPNs are Cisco-based devices. So these VPNs will be sitting right here as a Cisco-based device. This is a VPN. So this is a VPN device where all these you connect to, and from here you connect to the inside of the network. But here we are learning that Server 2012 can also provide VPN services. Let's say for a small, very small environment, even for a very small environment, nobody's using VPN, Server 2012 VPN, but again, it can be tested. It can be used for a test environment, training purposes, and to see how VPN works. Now, so this is three types of VPN. Let's say the very first thing when you select VPN, either you can select this, PPTP, or this, or this. You can select any one of them. Guys, the second decision that you'll have to make about VPN is the type of authentication. So I'm going to go here. So this is a type of authentication. So this is my VPN. Let's say we went with L2TP. So I'm going to implement L2TP VPN. And next is what type of authentication you're going to switch on with this VPN. So authentication. Authentications are of these types. You can have EAP, which is Extensible Authentication Protocol. You can have MSCHAP, which is for all Microsoft MSCHAP version 2. This is used for all Microsoft Windows machines like Windows 7, Windows 8, Server 2012, and then you can have CHAP, just CHAP. So this is MSCHAP, Microsoft Challenge Handshake Authentication Protocol. This is just Challenge Handshake Authentication Protocol. This is used for non-Microsoft machines, which is like Unix or Linux, and so non-Microsoft machines. Then you have another option for PAP, which is Password Authentication Protocol. This is just non-encrypted clear text authentication. It provides clear text authentication, no security, never recommended. And then there is another one that is known as IKE, which is Internet Keying Encryption. This is again a newer encryption protocol. Now EAP, which is Extensible Protocol Encryption Protocol, and IKE, they both provide certificate-based authentication, certificate-based encryption. So they are for in order to implement that, in order to implement these, you need to have certificate. So in our example, we're going to select MSCHAP because we'll be connecting from Windows machine to VPN. So now three things to remember. First, you need to have a VPN, and you need to select between PPTP and SSTP. SSTP, so we're going to go with either L2TP, or we can just go with PPTP in our example. And second one, which authentication, so we're going to go with MSCHAP. We won't be able to go with this or this. We'll go with MSCHAP. Now, in our example, in order to do this, we need to have a machine. So here, this is my internet. I'm going to say, let's say this is my internet. And on the other side of the internet, I have this user who's sitting at home trying to connect to. Now, why would this user try to connect to internet? Let's say this is exactly the same time. For me, it's morning, 5:51 a.m. At this point, if I get a call from my office saying that this server is down and I must fix it, so I have two ways to do this. One is that either I drive all the way to drive, but driving might take a long time. Nowadays, the easiest way is to connect from home from here to internet and connect to your office location. But in order to provide security, what we use is we use VPN connection, and what VPN does, it creates a tunnel between your home and the network, and this tunnel is all encrypted. So that is why, since it creates a tunnel, that is why it is called PPTP tunneling protocol, or a layer 2 tunneling protocol, or XSTP secure socket tunneling protocol. So it creates that tunnel. So now let's see what components do we need for this before I start showing you that how it is configured. So here, VPN components. In VPN components, the very first thing you need is a VPN server. VPN server, which we are going to install on this server, server 2012. So in our case, we're using server 2012 R2. Can be done on 2008 R2 as well. And within server 2012 R2, we need a role called remote access. So we add this role in remote access. On the same server, we need an additional card for VPN. So we need a second network card for VPN. So meaning we are going to add a negative. So it already has this network card, which is on 192 network. On this side, I'm going to make my VPN network on 172 network. And for this network, I'm going to use an IP address for 178, 172, 168, 100.10. So this card will be 100.10, this one. And so this is server side. So on server side, make sure firewalls are off and all those basics. So here, once this is all done, then we'll just need to configure VPN services. So last one, we need to configure VPN. And on the client side, on the VPN client, we need to install VPN client. So on the client, I'm going to use Windows 8, and here I'm going to have on NIC, I'm going to set up a network card from this network, which is VPN network. So here I'm going to select a network card 127, 168, 100.20, and so I'm going to set up this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create, so we need to create VPN connection. So VPN connection. VPN connection. So this would look like this. So now this is my internet. This is my internet, and right here, let me bring a machine. So this is my machine. Let's say a user connecting from home, and from this machine will be connecting from here. Let me use another color, so green color. So I'm connecting from here and to inside this network. So this will be directly connecting to VPN, and since it is a VPN, this will be all encrypted. This will be all encrypted. The real test will be, so this is what's going to happen. Now this machine, as soon as, and this machine's IP address is 172.168.100.20. This will connect from here to this network, which is 100.10. As soon as it is connected, the real test will be if this machine is able to connect here and should be able to ping here. So this is what VPN does. It will let you connect, and from VPN inside, it has VPN services. Through VPN, it will, from this network card, it can connect to other network cards. So this is a real test. So after this quick understanding, let's see that how VPN works. So within this server, I would suggest that within this server, the very first thing we should do is, we already have remote access services installed based on the previous lab. Maybe if you are not following the other videos and this is the first time you're installing a server 2012, then all you need to do are these. Number one, if you have a Hyper-V environment or a VMware environment, first of all, I would suggest go through the routing video and set up routing. If you don't, you can start from scratch as well. So here I'm going to leave everything here. The only thing that I'm going to do for VPN, I have this bridged connection. So if you don't have any additional card, I'm going to just disconnect all additional cards here. So I'm going to disconnect all additional cards. I'm just going to leave one card here, which is this server's original card. So just one card, and just disconnect all the other cards, or I think it would be best that if I remove these cards. So remove these cards because they will interrupt with the VPN setting. VPN is sensitive service, so I'm going to just have one card on my. So I'm going to remove all additional cards. Number one. Number two is that remote access is already configured. If remote access is not configured in your case, all you need to do is this. You can go to dashboard, but before going to dashboard, let me add a second network card. So I removed all additional cards, and since based on this example, I'm going to add this second network card, this one. So I'm going to add and set up 172 IP address. So let me add this here. So go to your server, go to settings. Even in Hyper-V, you can add network card. I'm going to add a second network card. And second network card here. Next, it is NAT. Once you add this card, it's a good thing that you don't have to restart a machine in VMware 20 and VMware 12 Pro. Once you add a network card, and here I do see a second network card. Let's go to network card settings, go to adapter settings, network card properties, TCP IP, and here I'm going to set up that IP address. So 172.100. Sorry, that was 6800.10. And next, so here you just click, it should automatically be populated. You don't need gateway, no need for DNS, and done. So this will act as a VPN network card. So this is all done. And all I want you to do is now go to add roles and features, go to next, and connect to server 1. So if you have only one server, you don't have this, that's fine. Go to next. And here just make sure that this is selected. So this is selected, you go here, and then once you install the wizard, just make sure these two are both are checked. Routing and VPN both are checked. Once you do, and this is all done, I'm not going to remove this because I already have it here. If you don't have it, just add it, just the way I told you, and then you can open, routing and remote access services. Within routing and remote access services, for me, it is set up as router. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start from scratch. If you don't have this, I'm going to just disable this. Even if you have it, just disable it, because we're going to configure it as a VPN routing remote access. So it is disabling. It will take few minutes. Now, if you're installing a new one, so you can install that role, remote access, and then once this role is installed, you can go to tools and come back to routing and remote access, and it will start exactly from this location. Now here, this is first time I'm about to. If you don't have this, pause the video and then install the role and come back to this here. Now configure. So you right click on this and configure, and next, and here select custom configuration. This time select VPN. Last time we selected LAN routing, we just need a VPN, and next, and done. And start service. So this is what this is doing. It is installing VPN on server number 1. And this client is waiting for a VPN connection. So this is done, and the indication is in ports. You will see all the ports available. Here I do see ports for SSTP, IKE, and if you guys go at the bottom, there are some ports for PPTP as well. These are all inactive ports. Once people start logging into VPN, you will see these ports active. So this is all done, and all I need to do now show you VPN settings. So right click on this, go to properties, and within security, is it shows you these authentication. Remember I told you that there are authentication. So these authentication on the slide here, I can select EAP, I can select MS-CHAP or CHAP. These authentications are right here. So Windows authentication, select Windows authentication, go to authentication method, EAP. We're not using this because it's not configured. So we're gonna just use MS-CHAP. This is for Microsoft. If you can select this one, this is for non-Microsoft. We don't have any non-Microsoft. And TAP is just unencrypted password. And you can also have certificate authentication using IKE version 2 protocol. So for now, we're just using this one protocol. Now remember this, there are VPN set up to use authentication for Microsoft encrypted authentication version, MS-CHAP version 2. So just this. And else, if this is set to none, just set it to Windows accounting. Here you don't need to, oh yes, here you need to set up a DHCP IP address. Now, as soon as what happens is, as soon as this connects here, this machine is supposed to, so I'm going to go to here. Yes, so this machine, the server, where is my server? Yes, this is routing. Yes, so this VPN server is supposed to give a local IP address. So as soon as this machine connects here to this, VPN should be able to provide an IP address from this range so that this machine gets an IP address from 192 and should be able to connect to inside of the network. Now there are two ways to provide that IP address. Either that if you have a DHCP in your network, just let DHCP provide you the IP address. We don't have a DHCP at the moment, or even if you have, we'll prefer static pool. So just select this and then add, and here provide an IP address from your local addresses 192.168.100 dot. Let's say I'm going to take from 150 to 192.168.100 dot 200. So 50 IP addresses, 51 IP addresses. Going to take 51. So now as soon as anybody who connects to VPN, one IP address from this range will be given to that machine. So this is done. In IPv6, we don't need to do anything. Nothing needs to be done. Here, our VPN is all ready now. So once VPN is ready, once this services are started, so it is just started the service, but we did set up the range plus the security. And that's it, VPN is ready. And as you can see, there is nothing active at the moment. Now it's time to test a VPN client. So here on this machine, make sure you have the network card. And this network card is set up with the IP address previously we set up. And here we don't have any VPN. So one more time, need to go here, go to adapter settings and just open adapter details. This is set up with the VPN network. So all I need to do is now from this screen, so go to here, we need to create a VPN connection. So here, go here, set up new connection, go to VPN, next, and here use internet connection. I'll set up a connection and right here just say 172.168.100.10. This is my VPN server. So VPN server meaning this is my VPN server 192, sorry, this one 172, which is this one. This is the IP address setup on this network card, and so on this, so you just set up this and say create. Once it is created, go into the settings here. So go into the settings and change the security to this. If you don't do this, then you will definitely get an error. For example, if I cancel this and you try to create a connection, so you're creating a connection, it is asking for user. Now, one more thing here, we'll be using Active Directory user, and this machine is not joined to anyone, so we are going to use this account. Now, this account should be given dial-up permission access. So this, if you don't, it will give you an error message. So let me just copy this because I have to retype it a few times. So as soon as I try, it will fail. It will fail for two reasons. One reason is that so it is failing that this user does not is incorrect, maybe the password, but one thing for sure, you need to go to Server Manager. You need to go here in Tools, go to Users and Computers, and go to Users, go to Administrator, go to Dial In, and here just make sure Allow Access. Now later on in another video we'll be setting up NPS network policy as well. For now it is just allow dial-in user. If you don't do this, then user won't be able to connect to the network. So this is very important. This should be done for all users who need VPN access. So once this is done, go back to client, and now again I'm gonna try and connect. Now this time it gives me straightforward this error message. Now this is a general error message. It means that something is wrong either on server side or a client side. Now I know that for this one I know the error, but in your case if you get a new error message, just Google, just try to find. But here I'll tell you what the problem is. The problem is in security you need to allow challenge handshake protocol. Actually this one, not this one, Microsoft challenge handshake protocol, because the VPN is connected. VPN is using this handshake protocol. If in here, let me show you quickly. If I go here and in security, if you change this protocol to something else, let's say PAP, then you need to use PAP. If you change it to this, then you need to do this. So this setting is basically on this VPN connection setting. I'm going to use this since on server side I'm only using this protocol. So right here, once this is all done, and now I'm going to try the VPN connection again. Now before trying that VPN connection, let me show you something. So I am going to ping 192.168.100.20, which is my other server, and it will fail. So it is failing. Let me do a continuous ping. So how do you do a continuous ping? Just put -T with this and do a continuous ping. So basically what we are doing here, we're trying to ping from here. I'm trying to ping all the way from here to here, and it won't work. It's not working because this doesn't recognize this. So if VPN connection is working, you're able to connect from here, and then this would route the traffic to this one. So let's do this now. So for now, I'm getting error message. I'm going to put it on the side and then connect to VPN connect. This time, use the username and password. So password is, so this is my domain name where the user is, and I'm going to type the password. And here. So now it is trying to connect to VPN server. We set up everything, and it is still giving us that error message. The connection was, so here, one more time, it just gave us this error. Let me check again the properties. So it is trying to connect to 100.10. That is fine. In options, security. Okay, so this one is, I'm going to say optional, no encryption required. And let's try again here. And here, let's type it again. egreen.slash. Egreen, by the way, is my domain. And since the permissions are coming from domain, although this machine is not joined, I'm just writing this. This authentication will be sent to the VPN server. And in case, can I copy this? Let's see. So VPN is trying to connect. Okay, so it is still not working. Now what I'm gonna check is the basic firewall. Let's check the firewall on this. Okay, hold on. Firewall is off on this. Let's check the firewall on this one. right here, firewall is off, so that's fine. Okay, and here I don't need to select anything. IP address is good. Okay, and VPN is fine. Let me just restart this service one time because I did make a few changes. On this server, let me open another window and try pinging the VPN address from here. So I'm gonna open another one actually. So let me cancel this and ping 172.168.100.10. It's pinging its own IP address? I mean the IP address of VPN. What about its own IP address? Pinging its own IP address as well. What about server? Server's other address 192.168.100.10. It's not pinging that because that doesn't exist. Let's do a continuous ping. And let me recreate a VPN connection. So here, so let's delete this VPN connection, recreate it again. Go to adapter settings, and this is the VPN connection, delete. Let's check the settings here, and going to 192.168.100.20. That is fine. It is okay. On this server side, properties, LAN routing, security, Windows authentication. The authentication, let's check this one as well, although it's not required. Windows accounting and IPv4, the IP address is fine. So everything is fine, nothing wrong with this. Router configuration change, it will restart. And on this side, now let me recreate the VPN connection. So VPN, start, create a VPN connection. So this one and here, and the IP address of VPN server. .10 created. Go to VP connection properties, options. No need for this. Here I'm gonna say optional and select both of them here, and VPN is automatic. So here it says which type of VPN do you need, TPTP, L2TP, SSTP, or VPN will just set it up automatically, any one of them. And networking, nothing is required to be changed here, and this is, it seems all good. Home server, we see all good, no clients are connected at the moment. In general, I can see this address and this address, so nothing wrong with this. Let's go back here, check administrator one more time, dial in. Oh, this is changed. How come? Did I not change it? This has to be allow. Press OK. And going back to a client, so we need to try that again now. So again, your domain name, green, and again the address. Hmm. Okay, excelente. This is connected. So it's pinging as soon as it is connected. So it's pinging. So, which means every time when you're stuck, we need to do check or our basics, and our VPN is working fine now. And as you can see on this side, the problem was that this permission was not set. So this has to be allowed. Somehow maybe I cancelled it when I selected it, and for that reason, but it's a good practice that now we know that that we can always check basics. Let's now the test from server 2. Let's try to ping our VPN client from here. So I'm gonna connect from CMD and ping 172.168.100.20. So I'm trying to ping the client. Let me do a continuous ping. So from here to there, it's not pinging. Let me why? Let me check that out. Basically, I need to check the settings on this one. Go to details. 192.168.20. Gateway is 100.10. That should be 100.10. And firewall is off. Let me ping from here. And ping to 20. This is pinging. So this is able to reach this address, but this other one is not able to reach, which is 172.168.100.20. What about if it is able to reach 10? Yes, it is able to reach 10. From 10, it's not going any further, maybe some firewall issue. So basically our VPN is working fine. It's just that something wrong with it's not able to ping. Here, let me quickly spend how much time? Okay, 37. Let me quickly check. So this is fine. Here, this is all good. This is my VPN server. If I go here now, I can see one client connected. So this VPN server, eGreen is connected, and right here within the ports, if you go, this is my port there where I'm connected to. It is connected on PPTP, and the IP address given to me is 151. So 151 is the IP address given to me. So guys, in this video, I showed you how to work with VPN, how to set up VPN, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching this video, and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Thank you so much.